So hopefully this will clear up when I get started. So I'm not an attorney. Anything on here, it's just opinions. Um, I never just look straight forward. Always look around me to be able to protect myself by any means necessary. And I thought this video was really interesting, and it's a learning video. And kind of sit and think about what he does and what would have you done, right? So let's proceed forward and see if I can get a good video out of this.
So how many are a little bit familiar with what I teach or what I do or whatever? And how many are just here because I'm the next speaker? Okay. And how many are here because of some kind of morbid curiosity of whatever this? There might be a train wreck or something. Okay. So I want to start with, I need you all to stand up. I need those two guys right over there to stand up. If you don't stand up, I'll have to ask you to leave. Okay, sit down. The gentleman that's walking out, I'd like you to come back. But I want to demonstrate something, and that gentleman that's walking out is the prime example of somebody who understands who he is. The rest of you stood up, and the reason why, and I want you to think about what happened to you, because you all had a different experience with that. But the catalyst of what made you all stand up was because I'm standing on this stage and I have a microphone. Therefore, there was an illusion of authority. Now, some of you stood up just because I said so, and then others of you stood up because others stood up. Then the two gentlemen over there, I called them out. One of them stood up because now he's called out. The other guy, he refused, and I threatened him to be removed. Now, that wasn't real. He actually got up and left on his own accord. That's the difference between who understands who they are and who's just kind of following something. So I want you to be self-aware of what happened to you in that little demonstration. This is for you so you can understand who you are and possibly who you are not or who you think you are. So I'm going to just give you a little bit of who I am. I'm just a normal guy, and I went through an extraordinary experience. So this thing's called the red pill. And in the movie, most of you are probably familiar with it, Neo took the red pill, and then he was on the ship. So they got him out of the Matrix. And that's what is synonymous with truth. The red pill is the truth. But after they rehabilitated him, he actually went through another process of a higher truth. He couldn't do it. So we're all in some kind of stage like that, and there's going to be more truth. And some of it will be hard to assimilate. So I want you to be aware of that. I want you to be self-aware. There was a famous man who once said, "You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." Now, some of you know who that is right away, and others of you don't, and that's okay. But this man had said a lot of things, and they were very simple, but there was a lot of profound meaning if you thought about what he said, like if you actually sort of meditated on it. So I want you to think about that as you go through life, but I'll just sort of give you a little rundown. So Number one, it was a statement. It wasn't if you find the truth will set you free. Another part of it was the set you free, which means you're not free. And you may not know that, because we don't even know what freedom is. We have no point of view. So I'll just give you what happened to me, a short run of it. I don't have enough time to explain everything, but I ended up, I was just a normal guy, played a little bit of sports, I played music, had a mortgage, had 5 kids, married, went to church, pretty normal, just working guy. Well, I ended up in a divorce. And it was shocking for me, but I went on a website, and what it said.
Okay. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end it here. The reason why I made this video, which the whole video is interesting, by the way, but it's 30 minutes long. But the reason why I ended it here was for some of y'all to think about. When you walk in that courtroom and you're watching somebody get sentenced or not sentenced, and when the judge says, all rise, right? But you're not the one being punished. You're just a standbyer, and you're still just watching the courts. Now, everybody rises for the judge. Some of you guys may know the reason why you do it. Alright? And then some of you guys may not know. And this is my opinion. In most cases, people believing they are showing respect to the judge. However, this is my opinion. Don't the judge need to show respect to the people's court? Shouldn't he rise for us? Number 2, what authority does he have over you in that courtroom? You're not the one being punished. There is no jurisdiction of that punishment. Right? So he has no authority. And if you don't do it, the armed man will come and escort you out of your court. Again, so he is demanding you to respect him. So how can you give respect to someone that's demanding respect? Right? Now, this is my opinion again still, okay? I believe that it's more of a control issue on their half. Now, you may believe it's out of respect. But for them, it's to make sure they have control of you. That you're not going in there as a free man or woman. You must obey them, even though you're not the one being judged. And yet, that man with the armed can come and take you out of that room. So, are you or are you not being judged? And that's the reason why I kind of brought up that one video. Everybody rises to that guy. Well, everybody rises in court. You guys can say whatever you want to say out of respect or this, that, here, and there. Okay? And again, it's my opinion. Government don't ask for respect. They demand it with the threat of arms. Everything they do is with the threat of arms. So therefore, how can you give respect to anyone that's always threatening you? Alright, this is Decent with the People News, and once again, my opinion is only my opinion. But government does not do anything to benefit you, it always benefits them. So, if they're coming out and they say all rise, it's not in their belief out of respect. It's in their belief that they demand control. They want to make sure you're going to basically bow down to them. They got to keep 365 million people in control by conquer and divide. Okay? Out of 5 million people, how can you control 360 million people? Well, just exactly what this guy just pointed out. Period. This will be the People News. Bye, y'all.